I wanted to make this video um, because I think it's an important video um, for me and maybe for someone else out there. Some people think the INFJ is made up, it doesn't exist, and all that. Um, I do think the INFJ is more complex and more complicated than just a simple title, INFJ. Honestly, I think we are way more complex with everything than just this is what we are. That's it. You know. So in that sense, I don't think we can really define ourselves at all. But it's the closest thing we can find. Basically, is that personality type description is the closest thing we can find, in my opinion. But anyways, I wanted to say that my whole life, well, most of my life, I wished to not be the way that I am. I wanted to be like my friends. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be more like my family, people of society. I wanted to be like them my whole life, but I couldn't do it. No matter what I did. Like, I can't snap my fingers. Even now, I can't snap my fingers and make me a normie, a normal person that thinks normally. I can't. my my mind functions in a totally different way for whatever reason. It just does. I don't know why. It just functions differently. It sees the world differently. It's like I have different eyes than the normal people. I have different eyes, for sure. Spiritual eyes, whatever you want to call it. I see things way differently than most people. So, have I hated myself for that? Yes. Have I hated myself for how I was treated? Yes. um, so, people like me don't get treated very good. We don't. Um, that's why some of us just live alone and by ourselves. That's it forever. Because we haven't been treated very good for a majority of our life. By family, for one, and then friends making fun of us, for two, at school, for being weird. So, but this scene, and I always relate to movies, especially the X-Men movies. There's a scene in the second X-Men movie. It's called X-Men United or something, I think. X-Men Part 2, X-Men United. But anyways, there's a scene, and I think it relates to us very well, in a nutshell. There's a scene that Wolverine has his blades out. He has his blades out of his hands. And there's police officers saying, "Drop the knives, drop the knives." And Wolverine says, "I can't." And that's how I feel when someone says, "You don't exist." you be normal, be like everybody else. I can't. I literally can't. You get what I'm saying? The INFJs don't exist. How do you explain me? You know, do I not exist? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because society tells you something doesn't mean it's true. Most of the time it's not true. You know, if majority of society is saying, oh, this doesn't exist or that doesn't exist, you know, sometimes it's not true what they're telling you, you know, and it all comes back to control. uh, they don't want you to know that there's more than just the average human, and that's it. They don't want you to know that there's more than that. Just the flesh and bones and your organs, that's it. They don't want you to know that you're more than that. Kidding me? They don't want you to know that you have gifts. They don't want you to know that you have abilities of any kind. They want you to think that you're nothing. You're just an average human. Put in the 9 to 5 clock every day. That's all you're good for. Push the papers, push the pencils, grab the check at the end of the week. That's all you're good for, you know? Basically, you know? But they don't, society doesn't see humans as valuable on an individual level. Not really. Not like someone like a creator, your creator sees you, or uh you know what I mean? God sees you. Not like that. You know, society doesn't see you as anything great or special, and they want you to think that you're not great or special ever, you know? And that's why they cut you down all the time. That's why they tear you down all the time, you know? Because they don't want you to think you're anything. They want you to think that you're nothing, you know? So that's what I learned growing up. One, they don't want you to think for yourself. Two, they don't want you to think you're anything that great. Three, um, I don't know what three is, but anyways, another thing I was thinking today is we can't live like everybody else. We can't, even if we tried. You know, it's too hard for us to try to live like other people, do what they do, you know, say what they say, you know, do the same rigmarole that they do. You know, we can't live like that, you know. That's another thing I learned. We have to live life differently because we see life differently and we think about life differently, you know. um, so we have to live differently, in my opinion. um, Whatever that looks like, you know. Every day is different, but I swear I do something different every day. Whatever it may be, there's something different I do. But that's because I'm kind of trying to challenge myself a lot lately. Push myself a lot lately. Um, I don't want to be held back by my natural weaknesses to like crowds or stuff like that. I don't want to be held back by that. You know, I want to be able to do what I want to do, you know, when I want to do it, basically. But anyways, That's all I wanted to say. Is like that scene in that movie. Stop being a mutant, basically. Stop being a mutant. I can't. I can't. Stop. You know? Stop being an empath. I can't. You know? Basically. Stop being a starseed. I can't. You know? You don't exist. Those don't exist. Sorry. I don't know how to be anything else. I've tried to be the normal human my whole life. Tried. Did the school thing, all that. Went through all the normal human things. Still different. Still can't be like the normal human. Can't think like them at all. But I wanted to, you know. I would love to fit in with anywhere. Be interested in watching sports and stuff with the guys, you know. But I'm not really. I don't really care about that, you know, throwing a ball around, you know. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say, I guess, for this video. But I don't want to really put too much energy into defining ourselves, you know, because it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm learning to not care that much anymore about what people say or think, you know, because they don't get me anyways. You know, because, you know, I'm barely understanding myself. So how can anybody else get me if I'm barely understanding myself? The only person that kind of gets me and kind of understands how to help me is God. Really, probably. That's it. So what other people say, I don't really care. They're not God. Even if they act like they're God, they're not God. So anyways. Anyways, that's all I want to say for this video. I think that's enough.